it's not a matter of if, but when. You're going to run into coming back from recording something, and the video is going to be great, and the audio is going to be, what the heck happened? So here's an example. I was over on the island of Maui in my van over there, and driving, doing a quick test with the DJI Action 3, and this is what it sounds like. We're stuck in the Paia traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here, you. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. So a bunch of audio restoration, that's kind of the word for it, tools in DaVinci Resolve. And let's first take a look at some of the free ones, the things that you can use in the free version. So I'm going to hop over to the Fairlight page. You can get to these on the edit page, but there's a thing about the Fairlight page that makes this much easier. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the EQ here. And I'm going to just double click on it to bring it up. And here's our equalizer. Cut the bottom of it off here so you can see the waveform. That's fine. So now the main problem with this audio is this low end rumble. We're stuck in the Paia, and that's a physical rumble that's coming through the body of the van into the microphone, which is just sitting on the dashboard, or into the camera, which is just sitting on the dashboard, and then from there into the microphone and the camera. So there's this physical transference of vibration into the microphone. And since it's mostly low end, we can take it out with the low cut part of the EQ. So this is the low end of the spectrum here, going up to the high end of the spectrum. And if we, let me hit the dim button to make this a little quieter for you. So we're just going to look at the frequency spectrum. You can see that this low end here is packed. So let's turn on the low cut filter, and you can see what it does to the sound. This is a graphical representation of how it's affecting the frequency spectrum. And let's turn it up. Go ahead and turn this up so you can hear it more clearly. We're stuck in the Paia traffic. Here's before. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here, you. So for a one-trick pony, that's quite the trick. That goes a long way towards making this more usable. There are some caveats to that, and that this is a very predictable kind of noise that this works for. If you're like down at the beach and you've got wave action going on all the time, this in itself won't work quite as well because that noise is full spectrum. So let us look now at the noise reduction, also available in the free version. If you go to effects, there's this little plus button here. Go to restoration and noise reduction. Now this version of noise reduction is not the AI version that's available in the studio version of Resolve. This is kind of mechanical noise reduction in a way. What it does is it learns what noise is in this particular file, and then it inverts the phase on that, which makes that quieter, basically. So let's go ahead and do the learning process. We need to find a part of this video that doesn't have much, have me talking. Paia traffic. There's a good stretch. Right before that. So there's that noise. I don't want to include that noise. It's kind of a full spectrum noise. Mark out. A little bit of sound of me talking there. So mark in and out. And now we loop it. So we're just playing the noisy part. I'll turn it down. And then we hit the learn button on the noise reduction. Let it go through a cycle. And now it knows what noise is in this clip. Turn it back up. And it will now try to remove that noise based on a few things. Let's go ahead and turn the ratio up and turn the threshold down, and let's listen to it. Again, from start to finish. We're stuck in the Paia traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here, you. We're stuck in the Paia traffic. Turn Turn it back
And by
on.
we, I mean me and the
Turn the threshold down.
camera. And since you're here, we're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera.
There's off again.
And since you're here, we're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera.
Now, that's not terrible. It's also not perfect, but here's a potential problem. If you listen to the noise only here, this is going to give you what it is removing from the sound. So have a listen and see if you can hear little artifacts from the voice. So what that means is that it's actually removing a little bit of the voice as well. So let's go ahead and let's play around with these a little bit. You can almost hear what I'm saying now. It's removing quite a bit of the voice. So let's go ahead and turn listen to noise only off.
In the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And
so the voice is starting to sound a little bit not great. Let's listen to some of the defaults. Let's de-rumble and hear what that sounds like.
You're here, we're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera.
Okay, let's try auto speech mode and see what that does.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic.
Here we are.
And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here,
Now that sounds to me to be, first of all, it's good noise reduction, but the voice sounds a little unnatural. So I'm going to turn the ratio down here and see what that does.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean...
Go ahead and listen to the noise only. Yeah. So you really have to massage this tool a lot. Now, let's shift to the tools available in the studio version. I'm going to turn the EQ off as well. So now we're back to the raw audio. So just to reset the palette here, here's the raw audio.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic.
Let's go ahead and turn the voice isolation on. Now, it will default to 100%. Let's listen to that.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean...
So that's great for noise reduction, but again, the voice doesn't sound that great. It sounds a little robotic, a little unnatural. So we're going to set that to 50%. Try it again.
Stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here...
I like that, but I can still hear that low end. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the equalizer back on and see how that sounds.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean...
Too much. So let's knock the frequency back towards the lower end of the spectrum. So I'm not taking quite as much out of the voice.
We're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera.
Okay, so actually I like that. That's the best so far. But again, this is using a combination of the free tools and the stuff that's only available in the studio version. Now let's turn all of this off, and let's look at voice convert, which we looked at previously. I'll link to that video, but I have a feeling it's not going to work. So we'll put this on audio 2 since we're not using it, and we'll use the same voice model that I used earlier, which I trained on a variety of recordings that I'd already done. It's not a perfect model. It doesn't work all the time, and I have a feeling it's not going to work here. So here is the voice replacement. And we're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here, yeah, so it doesn't really understand the inflection that's going on there. And, you know, it's AI. It's not flawless. So this is the situation also here. We're stuck in the PIE traffic. And by we, without the background noise, it sounds pretty unrealistic, right? So let's go ahead and just undo that. That's not going to work in this case. This is a perfect example of how voice convert doesn't always work. let me show you the real way, and I mean the real way, to handle audio situations like this. And that is to have a backup audio track. If you look here in the recording, right up here, there's a DJI mic hanging out on the visor. So I didn't have just the camera audio. I had two sources of audio, and that's actually what I was testing here to see how well they synced and whether or not the on-camera audio was going to be usable. So let's go ahead and grab the DJI mic audio, bring it down, and auto-align clips by waveform. Great. Cut out what we don't need. Zoom in. Now you can see that the DJI mic is pretty low. It's a 32-bit device actually. So there's plenty of bandwidth to turn that up. Let's go ahead and mute the original audio. And now this is the DJI mic, which was much closer to my mouth.
We're stuck in the PyE traffic.
Oh, it is mono. Let's drag it down onto a stereo track.
And by we,
Yeah, there we go.
we're stuck in the PyE traffic. And by we, I mean me and the camera. And since you're here, you.
All right. I know this is about fixing bad audio, but I kind of wanted to make this point. Bad audio happens a lot. So it's pretty critical to have multiple sources of audio being recorded. The on-camera audio, the mic, DJI mic in this case. It's really important to have different sources of audio at the same time, at least two, if you're shooting something mission critical, because things can and will happen. So that's a look at the audio restoration tools inside DaVinci Resolve, both the free version tools and the AI-based ones, and kind of a look at how the AI ones aren't really the magic bullet that we would hope they are. They do work well, but they don't always work. Thanks for coming along. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care.